Hi there, my name is Gary, and I'd like to tell you today about my experience with Charles Bonnet Syndrome, otherwise known as CBS. Yeah, I had a surgery 10 years ago, and it resulted in some left side vision loss for me, which during my recovery, I would I started to notice some strange things happening with my vision in that side. Including things from my past would just appear in there. So it turns out that the brain is trying to make sense of this vision loss and just puts things in there. So I was traveling down a road, and with that I suddenly saw a big steaming manure heap in the middle of the road and told the driver to swerve to avoid it. And he said there's nothing there. Well, that doesn't make any sense unless you realize I actually grew up on a hobby farm. And so my brain was taking something from the past and putting it to the present. So anyway, I began to sort of realize that I couldn't trust my vision, and that is that really there or is it not? And if it was on the left-hand side, that was usually a sort of an indicator that it wasn't there. So anyway, but eventually after my after my surgery recovery, it started to sort of stabilize to a point where it just affected me when I was tired in the morning and at night. And if I put the morning news on and I'm there and I'm half asleep, and then all of a sudden out of the middle of the television would come two cartoon characters on a seesaw, and they would come out of the TV screen and they would fly into the left where my vision loss is. And they'd probably do that maybe once or twice in a day, usually sort of obviously when I'm a bit sleepy. And that was it. So it wasn't really too much of a problem to deal with until about 12 months ago, where suddenly I started to get a different form of CBS. And I was on a video call, and I'd be looking at the phone, and I got 4 blue emojis looking at me. I thought, oh, this is something new. And it's on the left side at the top. And so I realized that, oh, it's my brain trying to make sense of this. So anyway, I hoped it would sort of just go away, but it didn't. And then it changed to faces. Now I have faces there looking at me. Now, the thing is, you could think you could get used to it, but you don't, because they're constantly moving. And so, anyway, I have to sort of try and ignore them and make friends with them. But it is a distraction, especially if it's now affecting me when I'm talking to somebody and trying to concentrate and looking at them. And then all of a sudden, let's just say I'm talking to my bank manager, and he's got 5 heads, and it's really difficult to focus on what he's saying when all of this distraction's happening. Now, I feel quite lucky because I'm at an age where I can make sense of this, and I can do the research, and I can sort of start to find coping mechanisms. And one of them is I don't do video calls like I used to, because I find that that's definitely a way that they appear. But also, if I'm in a situation, I'm talking to somebody and I need to concentrate on the conversation, I'll move to somewhere where the light is a little less, and that seems to help as well. So anyway, that's my coping mechanisms for this, and because I think this is with me for the rest of my life. As far as I'm aware from the research I've done, I've found that this doesn't go away. So it's all about finding a way to make it happen, to make it sort of work out. So with that, I'm hoping this has been informative for you, and if you've got a loved one that you're helping with this, it gives you a bit of an insight as to what they're dealing with.